Hey there, folks. After teaching guitar for almost 30 years now, the most common question I get from a lot of parents is, which guitar should I buy my kid? There's a lot of choices out there, and there's a lot of reasoning as to which one you should buy. But the first question they ask after that is, should it be acoustic or electric? And I can tell you flat out, my opinion is you should start on an electric guitar. In the end, the playing of each is basically exactly the same, but the electric guitar is a little bit easier, and that will help a younger kid be more motivated to move forward with it. It's just easier to squeeze the strings down, make the patterns with your fingers on the fretboard. So start with an electric. You may say, which electric should I start with? There's a lot on the market. Well, I can tell you from personal experience, this is the one you want. This is the Fender Squire Mini. I've played a lot of kids' guitars, smaller guitars of all kinds of brands. Are there better quality instruments out there than this? Yes, there are. Martin, Taylor, Yamaha, they all make a very high quality acoustic instrument, but it's not as appropriate for children. And I'll tell you why as we move forward. This guitar sounds good, and an adult can play it. I am a full-sized man, and I can still have fun playing this guitar, but it's small enough to where a child can easily manage this, the Squire Mini. Again, this is like a 3/4 size, so it's much smaller for smaller hands. That's a big advantage across the board when it comes to learning. If you have reservations about buying an electric guitar, I understand. There are many good acoustic guitars out there for young kids, and if I had to choose an acoustic, strictly had to be an acoustic, I would actually choose the Yamaha. But there's a lot of good versions out there. I would steer clear of the Martin and the Taylor, though, just because it's a kid and they're probably going to beat it up, and those guitars are really focused and engineered for adults that just want a smaller guitar, in my opinion. Martin and Taylor may tell you a different story. Anyway, I bought this for my child. I paid right around $100 for it. And now here's the thing. If you are a guitar player already, you may be able to do a full setup on a guitar like this. If you are not a guitar player and you don't know how to do a setup, you don't even know what I'm talking about, pick one of these up used. They're all over the place. That's another reason I suggest this, because it's very common, very easy to find. And take it to a reputable guitar shop and have them do a setup for you. Change the strings, get the intonation set, have the neck reset if it needs to be adjusted, and your child will have a wonderful time playing this guitar, and you shouldn't be into it more than about $200. If you get one brand new, it's going to run you a little bit more, but again, I picked this one up used off of Craigslist for $100, a $100 bill, and I was very happy with it. Now, sounds great, plays good, good choice. If you have an older kid, that changes a little bit. If you got a teenager or somebody that's full grown, get them a Telecaster. There's no better choice than a Telecaster. They always sound good, they play good most of the time, and they have the fewest options, the fewest number of knobs to turn, buttons to push, switches to flip. It will keep your younger beginning student focused on playing the guitar as opposed to flipping switches and turning knobs. So thanks for joining me today. If you want to know how I recorded this, stay tuned for a minute. I'll tell you a little bit about my setup. And I'll be back with some more videos focused on answering some of my students' questions. And if any of you other folks join in and get some information, I'm happy that I was able to give it to you. If anybody's interested in lessons, I do have some spots available right now online, so I'll put my email address right down here at the bottom, and you can check out my website and contact me there. Have a great day. One other thing I forgot to mention in the meat of the video that makes the Fender Squire Mini particularly good is this has been hanging on my wall for about 6 months without anybody touching it, and it's almost still in tune. That's hard to beat for a kid's guitar. recording everything here today with a single overhead MXL condenser mic and an SM57 mic'd up to my Fender Vibralux combo.